At this moment, I want to invite Yeni Rosa, who is the chair of the Indonesian Mental Health Association, to share with us her experience on receiving flexible funding from the Disability Rights Fund. Yeni, you have 5 minutes, please.
Thank you. Can you hear my voice?
Yes, let's go ahead.
Okay. Yeah, thank you. My name is Yeni Rosa Damayanti. I'm chair of Indonesian Mental Health Association. I'm a woman with black hair, shoulder length, a black dress with white motifs, and I'm wearing glasses and red lipstick. So yeah, I have to admit that the Disability Rights Funds did tremendously important and invaluable support for disability movement in Indonesia. And why is that? I mean, if we look at disability movement in Indonesia at the national level, we're talking about the national level first, not the remote areas, but we are now one of the strongest civil society movement in Indonesia, is comparable to the women movement. We are respected by the government, and we very coordinated across disabilities, and this is the result of what so-called a respectful and flexible funding from Disability Rights Fund. So how is that? Why? How? It's not too long ago when the DRF started to give funds to Indonesian DPOs, but the result is amazing, if I have to say so. First of all, DRF, they treat us as expert. They never act that they know better than us. Of course, because we are the person with lived experience, and they respect that. And because we are the expert, we can decide what issue we would like to tackle first, because that's the most important, the most pressured, the most priority for us. We decide which one that we want to do first. And how to do that, because we are the expert, we know how to do that, how to manage that, how to manage the funding and to achieve what we want. For the information, we got funding from the DRF. Many of the funding is for the advocacy works in Indonesia for the rights of persons with disabilities. And so we decide what we want to do. We decide how we do that. And we lead all of the works and conduct without much of interference from the RF, because they trust us as an expert. It is also because the way they treat us, they create activists instead of project workers. I mean, I know big fundings in Asia who end up with project workers instead of disability activists. In doing so, what there is one that also very important is that we are not burdened with too much administrative requirement, like tons of administrative requirements that usually really took times, energy to fulfill the very complicated administrative criteria and requirements. We are not burdened by that, by DRF, so we can really totally give ourselves to the cause, to the works, to the advocacy work that we are doing. Also, the funding is flexible, even though we write the proposal, but it is always open for project change along the way. The result is that Indonesian activists, we gain confidence because of the approach. We built our capacity as an activist. We have a network of the IF grantees in Asia, in which we work together as a coalition, as alliance in many different issues. And the most important one is that by that approach, the RF created movement activists instead of the project workers. And like what I said before, disability movement in Indonesia now is flourishing, at least at the national level. And like what I said before, it is one of the strongest civil society movement in Indonesia, comparable to women movement probably. Thank you. Back to you.